Okay, good morning, Rock of Ages. Today we're going to be looking at our second commandment, and I'm going to read that for you here in just a moment. And this is the commandment dealing with not taking the Lord's name in vain. So let's take a look at this over here. So the second commandment is this: You shall not misuse the name of the Lord your God, for the Lord will not hold anyone guiltless who misuses his name. And then we have, what does this mean? This means that we are to fear and love God, so that we do not use his name to curse, swear, conjure, lie, or deceive, but call on him in prayer, praise, and thanksgiving. What do we mean by God's name in the second commandment? By God's name in the second commandment, we mean all the names given to him in the Bible, each of which shows me something about who he is and what he does. When is God's name misused? God's name is misused whenever I do not show respect for it. What does it mean to curse by God's name? To curse by God's name is to ask God to damn someone or something. What does it mean to swear by God's name? To swear by God's name is to declare something to be true by God's name. Does the Bible ever give permission to swear by God's name? The Bible permits the swearing when proper authorities require an oath. Deuteronomy 6:13. Fear the Lord your God, serve him only, and take your oaths in his name. What must I remember when I am required to take an oath? I must remember that God sees and hears everything, that I am calling on God's judgment if I commit perjury or do not tell the whole truth. Leviticus 19:12. Do not swear falsely by my name, and so profane the name of your God. I am the Lord. Now, some things to take into account here and to think about is that when Deuteronomy is kind of expounding on this commandment in Deuteronomy 13, it really focuses in on false teaching, which is something that I'll get to next time a little bit more clearly. This is where we're lying and deceiving. But here, it also talks about cursing. And so there's a story, and this one doesn't work perfectly, but it is a story that's connected in, and I think it's quite helpful. And we do see cursing. We see also King David's faithfulness. So let's just read this, and we'll gain lots from here. 2 Samuel 16, verse 5. Now when King David came to Bahurim, there was a man from the family of the house of Saul. Now you remember, well, you'll hear in a second, Saul is the king that David ends up overtaking, whose name was Shimei, the son of Gera, coming out from there. And he came out cursing continuously as he came. He threw stones at David and at all the servants of the king of David. And all the people and all the mighty men were on his right hand and on his left. Also Shimei said, and thus when he cursed, come out, you bloodthirsty man, you rogue. The Lord has brought upon you all the blood of the house of Saul, in whose place you have reigned. The Lord has delivered the kingdom into the hand of Absalom your son. So now you are caught in your own evil, because you are a bloodthirsty man. Then Abishai, the son of Zeruiah, said to the king, why should this dead dog curse my lord and king? Please, let me go over and take off his head. But the king said, what have I to do with your sons of Zeruiah? So let him curse, because the Lord has said to him, curse David. Who then shall say, why have you done so? And David said to Abishai and all his servants, see how my son, who came from my own body, seeks my life. How much more now may this Benjaminite? Let him alone, and let him curse, for so the Lord has ordered him. It may be that the Lord will look on my affliction, and that the Lord will repay me with good for his cursing this day. And as David and his men went along the road, Shimei went along the hillside opposite him, and cursed as he went, threw stones at him, and kicked up the dust. I mean, there's a lot here, and I think really what we get down to, and what is quite amazing, is David's really contrite about his situation, right? This man is cursing him, and he's even cursing him right in the name of the Lord. And David's not so quick to dismiss that, right? When someone says we've gone wrong, I think our hearts are often such that we want to say, well, no, I didn't do this. No, we want to make excuses. We want to push things off. If someone complains about us, we normally want to dismiss it right away and come up with reasons why they're wrong, why they're actually wicked for saying something to us. And so here's David, who's clearly gone into a bad situation. His son has risen up against him. And, we would be so quick to, well, my son was wicked, all this stuff. But here David is contrite. And, we know he has a sin in his life, and he recognizes that. He realizes it. And he tells his soldiers not to go off, not to do anything harm to this man, because he has already fallen into such bad place, and he's really waiting on the Lord. And in this way, right, this kind of shows us back to the first commandment, right? He's hoping that the Lord will vindicate him, right? We so often want to smack back, and even hear commentators now talk about how Jesus is saying turn the other cheek is really a way to vindicate yourself over them, and to give them the cloak is to shame them. Maybe there's something about that, but I really think the point is actually pointing to this. That you're not defending yourself, that you're not fighting for your own glory, your own strength, but you're waiting for the Lord. You're waiting on the Lord who will repay. And you have this promise. And so you patiently endure the afflictions of the wicked while you wait on the Lord to vindicate you and to look down upon you. So as you go on today, and as you come into contact with maybe people who are a bit rougher around the edges, and your kind of natural self desires to chop off their head, so to speak, maybe wait, pray for them, and ask the Lord to look upon your affliction. Okay, brothers and sisters. Well, blessings, and may the Lord watch over you this day.